Well, welcome back. Well, President Biden yesterday denied the reporting that his administration is planning to pay illegal migrants separated at the border $450,000 per head. Here's what he said when asked by Peter Doocy of Fox. Watch.
Reports that were surfacing that your administration is planning to pay illegal immigrants who are separated from their families at the border up to $450,000 each, possibly $1 million per family. Do you think that that might incentivize more people to come over illegally?
If you guys keep sending that garbage out, yeah, but it's not true.
So that's all he said. It's not true. But afterwards, ACLU Director Anthony Romero responded to Biden saying, quote, President Biden may not have been fully briefed about the actions of his very own Justice Department. But if he follows through on what he said, the president is abandoning a core campaign promise to do justice for the thousands of separated families. Christian, your thoughts on this? I mean, obviously, if you're going to pay $1 million to a family who claims they were separated at the border, that's only going to encourage more families. Where's this money coming from?
Yeah, of course, it's coming from the rest of us. And the idea, I mean, you already have this huge flow of humanity thanks to Biden's effective open border policy. It's not that, but it's getting to that. And, of course, you've reported extensively on this. And that's just for the chance to get into America, to come here, to maybe get apprehended by the police and then do a no-show when it's time for your deportation hearing. Now, imagine if you added on top of that incentive $500,000 per person. That's a pretty good deal. I think that would bring pretty much all of Central America into Texas and Arizona if given the choice. You know, and Biden just casually lying about this. This is a pretty well-sourced story from the Wall Street Journal and effectively confirmed by the ACLU, who's suing on behalf of migrants who, you know, parents and kids separated in the Trump administration and supposedly entitled to, you know, a six-figure settlement as a result of that. This is just one of the reasons Biden, his popularity, his broad poll numbers are in the low 40s, but if you ask about immigration at the border, it's in the low 30s. He's really not on the side of the American people on this.
Well, Dagan, 1.7 million people were apprehended at the southern border year to date, and that's not including the gotaways, which I'm told is up to 400,000 people who've just been seen on video surveillance getting in, and we don't know where they are or what their intentions are.
And with a payout per person of about $500,000, that crisis is only going to get worse, as Christian pointed out, with the incentives of people to come here. But in terms of their lawsuits over this child separation, we should note that the Trump administration separated these children from adults because they couldn't prove that they were actual children or relatives of these adults. So they were trying to prevent the assault of these children or the abuse of these children if they were being brought into the country by people who were not related to them, number one. Number two, the lawsuits are seeking a range of payouts, but the average of the lawsuits is about $3.5 million per family. So if you listen to the left, they want the incentives to be much greater for people to come into the United States. And one final thing, I know that based on the Wall Street Journal reporting, there was one attorney involved in these settlement negotiations with the Department of Homeland Security that was troubled by the fact that these payouts could be in excess of what families of 9/11 victims were paid. That really tells you where the Democrats stand. People are getting paid to break the law.